Hey fellas, Frankie Day here on YouTube. Okay guys, the topic of this evening's video is going to be an entry for Mr. Martin Lamots group build he got coming up after the Tiffy build. I believe he's got 2 or 3 builds coming up back to back. I think he's got the 50th anniversary of the Hawker Harrier and RAF from 1918 onward. So that means on the RAF build you guys can build any kit from 1918 all the way up to what's shaking today, I guess. And so he's got a special build that he likes to get going. That's called the 50th anniversary for the Hawker Harrier by Hawker Sydney. And I don't have that in my stash pile, guys. At first I was gonna say, oh, what the heck, you know, I got other things I gotta get going. I don't have a Hawker Harrier to enter in, so I decided not to go ahead and do it. So I can do the 1918 RAF group build. I can do that, but no sweat there, because I've got I've got a lot of English airplanes, a lot of British aircraft in my stash pile that need to be built. As the Hawker Harrier, I don't have the kit. I thought I had one time. I don't. I had one time, but I don't have it no more. Had a friend of mine coax me out of it one time. He decided he wanted to. I don't know if he could buy it off me. I think it was the Rebelle one. Yeah, 1/32 scale Rebelle one. Pretty good sizable, about like so. And I know you guys probably got one in your stash, or built one yourself, or got one in your collection. And so he wanted it more than I did, so I thought, what the heck, you know, give me a box of cigars and it's all yours. So he gave me a box of good cigars, and it's all his. And this is all mine now. I went down to Smitty's Hobby Shop. Take note. I went to the Smitty's Hobby Shop today, fellas. Do some window shopping, see what's shaking, see got any new kits. And I almost got my hands, I almost got my groping fingers on an Airfix 1/48 scale Westland Wallace, Westland Wallace. And a guy before me bought it. He picked it up and said, oh shit. Well, and so Russ down at Smitty's Hobby Shop says, don't worry, Frank, I got a bunch more coming in next week, and I'll keep one for you. I said, if I was there about 5 minutes earlier, I'd think it would have been mine. So I had no idea Airfix produced that kit. That came to me as a surprise. So you guys have probably heard of it and got one in your collection. And to me, it looks like it's going to be a very nice kit. All these Airfix kits nowadays are a dream come true, you know, and everything's pretty favorable towards Airfix because they're really putting out some nice kits, and they're listening to a lot of us modelers. I know they are. Okay. As I ventured down to my favorite hobby shop to see Russ down at Smitty's, I want to get me some more paint and some decal sets, some Walther's decal set. And so Russ at Smitty's Hobby Shop deals with a lot of vintage kits that they've had for years, and of course at estate sales, modelers like me that pass on, donate their collection to that hobby shop and keep the doors open. And so I bought me a couple oldies but goodies. So I didn't have a Hawker Harrier, and I spied on one. I saw one and got it over here, and I'll show it to you in a minute. After saying and made a decision, I'm not going to participate in that group build because I don't have the Hawker Harrier, and I got to get the Titanic going because I got that started, so which I will be working on that too. And I said, what the heck? I'd like to build a Hawker Harrier. So what the heck? I built one before I built one again, and so I picked up an Airfix kit, 1/48 scale. And I'm going to bring the camera over to you right now. I want to show you the kit. Look at it. As you can see right here behind me, as I zoom in the camera very slowly, you can take a look at the kit. And as you can tell, I hear the special ticket. Vintage kit, out of production, $25 as is. You let me have this thing for 20 bucks. Happy man I am. This 1/48 scale, I believe this is a 1983 release. Because I remember seeing this back in the early 1980s when it first came out. And so we're going to take a fast review of the kit entry for Mr. Martin Lamots 50th anniversary Hawker Harrier group build. Alright, and here is the instructions. I'll do it a little more. There you go, that's too much. I'm going to try to do proper distances on the mount monitor. You can see the kit there. They got sprues here. This contains all the engines and accessories. Looks like the right, left port fuselage have underwings, outrigger landing gear. Nice looking pilot. Panzer Bill would love that. I'm going to put him in this machine. And you got the nice looking pilot seat they got there. There's a lot of detailing. Detailing for that period of time was pretty thumbs up. Nowadays, no comparison. But I like older kits. Sprue number 2 contains the same thing except the top wing halves. And the right side of the fuselage, speed brakes, also the inside fairing of your engine that the Harrier used. And you got rocket ordnance pylons on there, and plus you got your intake exhaust. Looks like retainers or something. There's a little disc right there. And lastly, the three sprues. Your ordnance, probably your intake fairings goes on your fuselage, undercarriage of your wheels. And that's about it. And the decals are nice, the typical decals of that time. Has a Royal Navy and has 2 different options, paint schedules. And this is actually the Sea Harrier. Instead of the Hawker Harrier, although this is English, but this is the Sea Harrier. There may be a difference between a Hawker Harrier and the Sea Harrier, or virtually are they probably pretty much the same. But I don't know, I'm going to do some research on that. Anyway, we'll put the parts in there. The clear parts are, oh yeah, got to show you the clear parts, fellas. Clear parts are, they're off the trees. They're pretty, as you can see, they're pretty clear. Before I put this kit on the stash pile until I get to it, I have to put these in a sandwich baggie because I don't want them scratched up. And the decals are typical of that era. Printed in kind of like faded blue. And regular paper here. Of course, you got your icons and everything. And first thing we said is your pilot and calls off the numbers. All M's in Humbro. So that's so I'm just going to have to rely on the instructions and also find the colors for those fellows, right, for the pilots and everything. I imagine it's all a drab. In white gloves. That's pretty much the uniform they wore. And all these assembly steps comes in 10 steps. Yep. 10 steps gives you the breakdown of the instructions right here. They're all exploded views and how they go in. It's funny about the clarity of the instructions, how the parts go are a lot more clear than what they got nowadays, and they're new instructions, especially like the Hawker Typhoon, which I'm working on. And so the clarity of the location of the parts are very, very clear right here in these instructions. I do like these instructions. As the paint schedule and the livery may change for the kit, I ain't too satisfied with that blue they got on there, or gray or something, when it was on a box top. I'm going to have to go to cyberspace and do some reference work, you know, or just get on the tube and do some research. That's what it's there for. So I'm going to use that to my advantage to be able to produce this kit, produce the livery for it, for Mr. Martin Lamots' 5th anniversary Hawker Hurricane group build. And of course, you got 2 different liveries right here. You got one from 1982, which is a 809 Squadron. You got 801 Squadron. And that's the one that's picking on the box top, and the other one is a different paint schedule on it. I'm going to go ahead and paint this a medium sea gray and dark green, and sky in the bottom maybe, or light gray, wherever it is. Anyway, I'm going to take a look at the cyberspace and do some research and and see what I can end up with a paint schedule. I'll post it on Facebook and also make a video. Okay, that concludes that. This is my entry for Mr. Martin Lamots Hawker Harrier group build, which starts, I think, on the 29th of this month when they're gonna start having the the starting time of the build, and how long it's going to take. I don't know, maybe 30 days. I don't know, maybe longer. I don't know, but I'm quite sure that Mr. Martin Lamont will extend some time for you till you finish it. So you're still good to go, guys. Still good to go. Also, second, as I was down there, I was looking around. I found another oldie but goodie here. I paid $20 for this too. I can use another one of these in my stash. This is a Matchbox AMT SBD5 Dotless Dive Bomber, Sugar Baker Douglas, and also the Silent but Deadly. And I got a lot of Dotlesses, all scales, 1/48 scale, 1/32 scale. I got a 1/18 scale I made by Gwillings. It's a balsa wood kit. It's built already. And I've got, that's about, and a couple 1/48 scale ones too I have. And now I got another 1/32 scale. Vintage kit, $25 complete. Decals will leave lots to desire. They weren't that good anyway when this thing came out back in the late 1970s. So you may want to order yourself some decals online, which is your best bet. I'm not going to use the decals in this kit. I haven't looked at them yet. But I remember on the last build of these, I discarded them in this. And Frankie Duarte sent me a decal sheet off of his Trumpy 1/32 scale SBD. And if you guys can remember on Aaron Newland's Matchbox group, Buddy group build, I participated in one of these on there. It was painted in blue-gray, used the star meatball. So he sent me the decals for that. So I know the decals in that kit were lots of desire, and I'm quite sure it's pretty much in this kit too as well. And I was looking at the kit very quickly here. Just a little snippet of the kit. As you can see, it's pretty pristine. That's what I love about my hobby shop up here, guys. He's old school like me, and he deals with a lot of old kits. You got a lot of old farts like me, who's, when God's calling on you, it's time for you to leave this planet, and all this is left behind. So they take this and donate it to a hobby shop. And so I'm going to be pretty much in classics for a long time. And so I'm very grateful I have a hobby shop that deals with these old kits that don't make no more. And so this is a nice kit, guys. It makes up to a nice kit. It may not be up to snuff opposed to the 1/32 scale kit by Trumpy, but it still can turn heads. It's still a good kit and builds a good model, because I've built them for about 2 or 3 of them in my lifetime since they came out, and they're very nice kits. Okay, guys, we'll take this camera around over here. We'll swing it back to yours truly and finish up the video. Okay, guys, I'm still working on the tippy. I've been working, and I've been kind of weatherproofing my house. I got a honey-do list I've been doing to keep my woman happy, and like I say, keep mama happy. And I went down to Home Depot, bought me some visqueen, which is big old rolled plastic. I think it's about a good 50-foot roll of it. And I cut it per measurement of my windows, and I put a small yardstick. I got me a bunch of yardsticks, and I use them as a base, and I staple them to the outside of my house. Keep the cold air going and save me some money. So I got my house pretty well weatherproof for winter, because I heard a bright rumor it's supposed to snow this way by this weekend, and a lot of you fellas probably, that's west from me or even up east. You guys will probably get that too. So this winter is going to come in pretty strong. So right now we had some pretty nice fair weather for the past 4, 5, 6 days or so. And it hasn't been too terribly cold. It's been nippy, but not too terribly cold. And that's all going to change this week. This week, every day is going to get nastier out here as the week progresses. So I'll probably be about the same way your fellows way at your neck of the woods. Okay, guys, this completes video number 1 for my entry of the Airfix 148 scale Hawker Sea Harrier for Mr. Martin Lamots' 50th anniversary Hawker Harrier group build. That starts on the 29th. And everybody join in and make a very beautiful event of this. This is a special build that Martin likes to do, and then he's my friend and everything, and your guys' friend too, and it's my respects to go ahead and honor his group build. And so right now I gotta turn to this tippy. I haven't, like I say, I've been on the tippy because I'm getting this house prepared for winter, and Thanksgiving got in the way too, and a lot of other things. And so the final reveal of the tippy will probably be hopefully one day this week sometime. So I got behind, put me away from the bench, so I got to come right back and regroup. And that'll be it. So tonight I'm going to finish up the camo on it. When that's done, I got to go ahead and start doing some touch-up painting, and some other essential painting got to be done. And assemble and decal, and to put the rockets on, and she's ready to go. She's done. And I'll start the Hawker Harrier on the 29th. And he also has another build too. Before I get off here, I got to remind you too, he did another build, 1918, which I probably said already earlier in the video. That could be anything from 1918 all the way up to what's flying today. So I know a lot of you guys got a lot of good British aircraft in your stash pile. I know I got hundreds of them. I got a lot, so I got one right now I'm going to bring out. It's going to be a real nice one. And I don't think you see too many of them on YouTube, but it's going to come to you as a surprise. Because when that build starts, I'll make my entry for that kit. And that'll be it. So okay, other than finishing up a Typhoon, I got nothing more shaking unless I bring out a build of the past or a jolly tune. So never know what I'll be up to. I can sit here and ponder for a while and think of something. Oh yeah, these guys hadn't seen this, and bring it up here and make a video. You know, I may just do that. I got a few things down below in my basement down below where I keep my finished models at. I'll bring up a couple of builds of the past to amuse you guys. Okay, this is Frankie Day signing off one more time again, and please be safe and go Christmas shopping. Be very careful out there. Watch out for all the people, and make mama happy, make yourself happy. Happy model building, and build on as we all build on as a community together. And so I got a lot of stuff coming your way, fellas. A lot of stuff coming this way. Once winter starts, I get busy. Okay, I'm out of here. Once again, make mama happy. God bless you guys. You guys take care of yourselves, fellas. And thank you very much for your wonderful comments. I'm very honored each one of you fellas out there, YouTube land. And you guys are my friends. And I care for each one of you guys. You guys are the greatest. Frankie Day signing off, out of here. We'll catch you on the final reveal for the tippy. Bye, boys.